It's spooky season, and I figured what better way to celebrate than do a haunted house speed build. I wanted to do a speed build as opposed to like a building video because that's 2 hours of footage I would have had to cut down, and I was just not feeling it with all the stuff I have to do. So I decided to make a speed build so I could just turn the speed up. And I'll just do like a video voiceover thing. And I was like, that's still a good way to do it. And I'll talk about my build as I'm building it on the video. Hopefully I can talk the whole time. By the way, this is the second time that I have tried to make this video, because the first time I tried to make it, I realized I was like more than halfway through the video and I realized that my mic was muted. It really does happen to everybody. So let's just get on into it. Okay, so here I am just trying to build the layout. I kind of based this build off of this picture, wherever I decide to put it. This picture, I don't know what side of the camera, what side of the screen I'm putting the camera on, but it's okay. I'll figure out wherever I put the picture is where you'll be looking. But yeah, I tried to base it off that picture, but it was a little hard because some of the trees were covering certain parts. So I had to improv, and really it wasn't supposed to be just like the picture anyway. The picture was just supposed to be a inspiration. So I ended up, for the balcony, because I couldn't really see part of it, just doing like something like in the front, kind of like that. And I wasn't sure if I wanted the balcony to follow the wall and it's like zigzag. But I just ended up not completely following it, because I wanted the little walkway from the front to the side to at least be not too weird. So I just went with that. And I think the layout is pretty nice on the outside. It definitely looks like a spooky house once I put everything up on it. The roof was complicated. You'll see I do this part for like 5 minutes in the speed build. Not IRL. It probably took me like 15 to 20 minutes to do the freaking roof, because it was so weird, because the layout was so weird. Right here on the side, I tried to do 2 different sides because in the picture it has like a little flat piece on the roof, like it's not pointy on some parts, and then around the flat piece it has like a little fence, and I wanted to try to recreate that, but I did not know how to. So I just said, never mind. I won't be doing that. And see, I tried to do it here too, and I'm sure there's a way to do it. I didn't know what it was. I could probably do more research for future builds. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't end up going with that. And then it was really, I feel like it could have been a lot simpler than it actually was. So I just decided to do one big roof right there on that side. And just kind of like make the roofs a little pointy so it looks a little more normal. It gets here it is starting to look like actually normal and stuff like that. But it's starting to look like a house. It's starting to look, and so now I'm trying to figure out what packs go with what. I tried to stick to the spooky and occult packs, but when it comes to like furniture and wallpaper, you'll see that it just did not work out that way. You also notice that all the windows are different. Because they are all different in the picture, and I figured, it's fine. It's fine. It truly is. But I think it looks great. I think the windows are all fine. Realistically, not all the windows are going to be the same in all houses. You will, however, notice that I did not put windows on the rest of the walls. I did not put windows on the side, and I did not put windows in the back. Simply because I forgot. When I was doing this, I was like, I'm just going to do the front, and then the windows I'll put in when I'm doing the rooms. And then I just don't put them in the rooms. I'm not worried about that. I completely forgot. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you know you're not going to put windows while you're building the rooms, put them before. So now I'm trying to decide how I want the kind of wallpaper on the outside to look like. I was thinking like maybe most of it can be wood and like a ratted up wood, and then they can have like little stone accents, because I think that that's really cute. Like I know when I watch Vixella, for instance, she does that a lot. She does like little pieces that come out in the front of the house, and they're like, she makes them wood, and I'm like, that is so stinking cute. I love that. But I did not succeed at that. So eventually you will see that I just kind of, once I realized I couldn't pull it off, I went back and I made the whole thing wood. It was great. It's a great time. I had an issue with the columns, but then I realized, because I couldn't put them on the levels I wanted to put them on, and then I realized that it's because I wasn't building on that level. And you need to, so for future reference, when you are trying to build on a specific level for the columns, go to that level. Because otherwise it will not work. And see, I'm trying to divide, like I'm trying to see how like to make the stone work. And you'll notice that I just said fuck all and I just went full wood. Because I mean, I feel like for this type of house, it would have been fully wood anyways. So... And I did a really pretty like fence on the top of the balcony. So I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I forgot how to do ceilings. So I just said, never mind. When I did that. Now I'm trying to do some landscaping. I made the mistake of not changing the season beforehand. So it's in spring, and that's why everything looks super green. And I realized that halfway through doing the landscaping that I should have made it fall. Or winter or something, so all the trees would be dead. I don't know. I made a few mistakes in this build, and I will own up to it. I put rocks because I thought, you know, I don't know. Abiotic features. That's not living, is it? I don't know. And then you'll realize that I didn't use actual dirt for the path, and you know, because I forgot that there were other selections. I thought that that was the only dirt path we had. It in fact is not, and I noticed after I finished the build. Now I'm trying to make the house look a lot more worn and gross, and I don't know how that window up there disappeared, but I was supposed to have a window up there, and then I noticed it was gone, so I put it back up. And also, you'll notice that throughout this whole build, I'm so used to just cutting out all the spaces and the ums and stuff like that. I say a lot because I think, like, I need to think a lot before I speak. But I can't do that this time. So you'll notice that I a lot, and my speech is very broken and not edited and not perfect. But this is the real me. And I laugh to cover up awkward silences. I do that. And I noticed that a while back, and you know, that's me. I did it again. So now we're going inside because I've realized, oh yeah, I have to do a layout, and I am not good at layouts, so I tried my darndest. I thought it would be a good idea to put the stairs in that little area, but then I noticed that you can't because it's not big enough. So I thought that maybe like a 2 space wide stair would be really nice and really fancy. And then I noticed that that little walkway in the foyer just was too small, so I just made it 1, and it's fine. I mean, that's how my parents' house is. It's just 1 stair, and it's right in front of the door, the front door. And then I kind of divide most of the rooms up with like arches and stuff because I felt like that was nice. I don't know. You know, and now that I'm noticing, it is kind of a lot like my parents' house layout. It's like just a big circle, isn't it? That's kind of crazy. And now I'm doing the layout for the upstairs. Eventually, you'll notice that I have, well, so I decided to split it into 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a little family room upstairs because I didn't know what to do with that space, but I didn't want to leave it like open. I wanted something to kind of divide it from the rest of the upstairs. So I just put 2 arches on the wall and called it a day. I did put these lights up because I realized it was way too dark and I could not see the flooring or anything I was putting down. But I do eventually take those lights down because they're a little too modern for this build. I covered all the floors with the wood paneling. Paneling, is that the right word to say that? I don't know. Is that the right word to use? I do not know. But I do everything with dark wood, and then for the bathrooms and kitchen, I do all the same tile. Because I just feel like, I don't know, it's so easy to just go with the same tile every time. Just because, I don't know, it makes sense in my head. And that's all that matters, right? So now I guess I'm doing the foyer. I had an issue with the wallpapers because they either looked creepy and they weren't worn, or they were too cute and weren't worn. You know, there were no wallpapers that were worn enough. And if they were worn, there's like one wallpaper that's like super worn, and I think it came with City Living. And oh, also the ghost chair. It's my one little, you know, cutesy thing that I put in, and I still made it dark. You know, it works. Anyways, so there's one wallpaper that came with City Living that is super worn, but it's too bright colored. Like, it doesn't have a darker color, and that's what threw me off. So I don't think I ever decided to use it because of that. And I also tried to put the cracks and stuff on the ground, like the little scratches and the cracks and stuff like that. I couldn't find anything else that would have gone on the ground except for the big stains you'll see that I put down in a little bit. Sconces. That's what they're called. So when I tried to make this video of like 5 minutes ago, I kept calling them wall lights, which they are. They're wall lights. But I was having such trouble trying to figure out what they were called. And now I'm finally realizing it. So that's good. That's great. Awesome. But yeah, earlier I said that I was trying to use mostly spooky packs, and eventually when I was doing furniture, I was like, you know, there's not enough in all these spooky packs, which is kind of disappointing. But you don't really use spooky that much, do we? Like, in just normal Sims gameplay, you don't really use spooky stuff all that much. And I don't mean the actual spooky stuff pack. I just mean like the spooky content in all the packs. You don't really use it that often. So I guess it's fine. I don't know. I wish I could have had more spooky stuff. I put that hand in because it reminded me of the Addams Families. I thought that was cute. In retrospect, I probably could have changed the color of it. I don't know. I can't remember if there are more swatches. But yeah, I was really happy that little table thing came looking like super worn and stuff like that. You'll see that I use the same decals, like the same like wear and tear decals through the whole house because we do not have a ton of variety. But if you like mix and match them in a certain way, you can make them look different, and that's kind of what I tried to do. And then I started putting pictures up, just because, you know, I thought that would be a good idea, which it was. And here, I just turned off all the filters for the packs because I was just like, you know, I should broaden the horizons a little bit. And then I added more of the like scratches and stuff. And at some point in here, you'll notice that I started adding some different ones because I realized we had more variety for one of more swatches, more variety for one of the items. So I just went back and I added a bunch of those and stuff like that. And then on walls that I forgot to add it to, I went back and added it. This room was so complicated, and it's because of the shape. So typically in living rooms, what you'll do is you'll put a fireplace or some kind of like center wall piece, whether it's a TV in an entertainment center or a fireplace or something. And you'll put couches in front of it, so you have somewhere to sit. You can't do that in an L-shaped room that is this small. It's not a small room, but that is this small, this size, because it just does not look right. So what I did was I put the couches on those walls, and then I put a coffee table, and then I did 2 chairs in front of the fireplace because I just felt like that was right, even if that isn't normally what someone would do. I did it anyways because I don't care enough. So I thought it looked nice, and then I tried to rearrange the furniture to make it look like it's moved over time. So I thought that was pretty good. And then a bunch of scratches, because I don't know, maybe like a werewolf lived here or something. I don't know. Shoot. The curtains, I had a time with, because there were not enough spooky looking curtains that were worn. And that was the whole idea for this house. It was like a haunted, abandoned house, like Murder House in American Horror Story. Like that. That's kind of what I was basing it off of. In retrospect, I could have added a little bit more color, but I feel like it would have looked too happy. And I was trying not to go happy. I was trying to go very death. That's what I was trying to do. So it's mostly black and brown and a little bit of red here and there. I didn't really know what to do with the kitchen. I did have a little bit of an issue because I just went with the first, in my head, old means wooden. I don't know why. So I did wooden cabinets and wooden countertops and stuff like that. And then with the fridges, I had an issue because a lot of the vintage looking fridges had gold on it. And I didn't want that. Either that or it had, the Realm of Magic fridge has that jewel on it. And I'm like, that just doesn't look like haunted. It just looks witchy and mystical. So I was like, we're not going mystical, so I can't use that fridge. So I just went with the one that looks kind of 50s, and in retrospect, I could have used the worn one that came with City Living, but I forgot about it, and it's okay. I put the stove there, forgetting that I needed to put in sink, and I wanted to put a sink. Look, I put a sink right there where the stove is eventually because I wanted there to be a window there, and then I completely forgot about the window in its entirety. So there was no point to switching it anyway, but I did it, oh well. I also don't know what that little thing is. I think it's like a milk pail. I don't know. I could be wrong. I have no idea what it is, and maybe I'm just a little baby because I don't know what it is. I also thought that little scale thing could be kind of cool, like a little weight for a kitchen, because they wouldn't have had the electronic scale. They would have had like a non-electronic one, and I just thought that was a good idea. I tried to find a bunch of like older looking items to put in the kitchen because I don't know if they would have had a microwave. Who knows? I mean, they have a gas stove, but microwaves are not gas. So I don't know. I didn't put one in because I thought it was too modern. So it really doesn't matter. I'm putting wear and tear on the kitchen. I tried to combine. I tried to combine different like the cracks and shapes to make it look slightly different, but I don't know if I succeeded. I did put that like red stain on the ground because I thought it looked kind of spooky, like, oh, someone may have died here. I don't know. Spooky season, red blood. I don't know. I had an issue with the wallpaper in the dining room because I was not sure. I feel like I used up the ones that probably would have looked good. So in the end, I just ended up using the ombre one because I felt like it looked like it was like dirty on the ground and then clean at the top. And I think you'll see what I mean when I finally finish the dining room. I was gonna go with this, but I was like, that just looks mystical. I'm going for spooky. So yeah, I end up using that one because it looks like it's just dirty and then gets cleaner at the top. It just looks like it has a little bit of dirt on it, and I thought that was very fitting. I wanted to use more of a elegant looking table, but like also old, but I ended up using that one. It wasn't too bad. You'll also notice I used the same rug over and over and over again. It's like the same two rugs because they're worn and they have the right color swatches. Also, I was a little concerned with how many of the wear and tear decals I added because I felt like maybe I did too much, but honestly, it's whatever. I feel like in an abandoned haunted house, you would have a lot of wear and tear. So I don't know. I also had finally realized that we had more options. So I tried to use that like little one where it looks like the wallpaper's ripping. But the only thing I don't like about that is that it still looks flat, and it's not like, I feel like it could have had a little bit more dimension, but it is a decal, and you know, I have to give it that. I wanted to put pictures here and stuff like that. I feel like that group of pictures in the dining room is supposed to go like over the stairs because it's at like a diagonal, but I just did that anyways. Also, that picture I put above the fireplace is so cool. I was trying to find a bunch of pictures that had like family photos in it or something, like, or pictures of spooky people or something like that. And then when I finally did the house tour, I realized that like their heads disappear, and I think that is so cool, and I could not have picked a better picture for that room. So now I'm adding more wear and tear because there were some walls I forgot about and stuff like that. More wallpaper tear and stuff like that. I put it on the archways and on the edges of the walls and stuff like that. I didn't talk about the bathroom downstairs, but that's okay. You saw it. You did. You saw it. So we moved upstairs. I put railing on the stairs so nobody's falling down those stairs. In retrospect, someone could die that way. So I really wanted to make the opening to the stairs bigger. So like potentially someone could fall over the railing and die like that or something. But, you know, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Anyways. I thought that black kitty looked spooky, and also the phonograph. Is that what that's what it's called? I think so. That was really cool. There were a few options. We also got one with the new Grimm event that's going on before the Life and Death pack comes out. I'm really excited about that, by the way. Ooh, exciting. Yeah, I tried to, and you'll see here, I realized that I needed to take out the nice lighting and put in some spooky Grimm lighting. I put a lot of sconces everywhere, and I put a lot of those like overhead, like chandelier looking things with like the candles and stuff like that. I just thought that was really nice. The rocking chair I wanted to keep because I thought that looked so creepy and I loved it. See, this is one of the only wallpapers, and I only had a couple like this where I actually added ones that had colors in them. I don't know, I wanted to use this wallpaper really bad, and I thought that maybe the wear and tear decals could make it look worse. And I think it kind of did. I think it kind of worked a little bit. I don't know who actually would have that wallpaper back then, but I wanted to use it anyways, so it doesn't matter. And there I am using that rug again. And in this room, I decided to put 2 rugs. I don't know. I just feel like I really like that look. And then while I was watching this back, I realized that there would be no actual alive plants in this house, but I added one anyways. So, oh well, I just love plants. I'm a plant mom. I love plants. In this room, I realized that the bed didn't fit. Well, it fits just at a really awkward position, so I ended up moving the door and moving over that little thing in the hallway. Or on the landing, whatever it's called. And I couldn't fit any side tables, so I just put lamps instead. Yeah, I think this room looked kind of creepy, kind of worn a little bit. I decided to use a lighter color for wallpaper for all the bedrooms. I don't know why. I think I just kind of got to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well the wear and tear decals can make it look worse than it is. So the light wallpaper is fine. It's whatever. I didn't really do much to the, like with furniture in the bedrooms, because there's only so much you can do to like an abandoned house. You put a bed, you put a dresser, and maybe a mirror, you know, that's about it. And here's the first master bath. It's really just, it's a bathroom. There's not much to say about it. I just put the furniture in it, and the wear and tear decals. That's about it. In retrospect, I could have put a sconce in there or something, but I'm not a big bathroom decorator. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could get better at it at some point. Oh, I did put a sconce in it. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. Amazing. So this is the first like kids bedroom. I just did 2 young kids, like single beds and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. It just felt right. Just felt like it was supposed to, especially since all the rooms weren't super big. I just felt like if I did 2 single beds, then maybe it would make the rooms feel a little bit bigger. I also put that giant picture. I realized I forgot wall decorations in the family room upstairs. So I was like, yeah, I should do that. More wear and tear decals for the wall and stuff like that. I tried to mash the 2 cracked ones to make it look like a different shape, and I think I kind of succeeded at that. I don't know. I do wish more furniture was more worn and stuff like that. I feel like that we could do with a lot of like worn furniture. I would really like that, especially for builds like this. Even though I don't use them that often, it's nice to have a little bit of variety, I think. More wear and tear. It was a little weird to do this one because it has the wooden paneling on the bottom. So I was trying to separate it and not like put it on like one big, you know, just because I don't know. You get it. You get what I'm saying. And then here we are doing the second, or I guess third bathroom technically, but second bathroom upstairs. Again, having trouble with the curtains because I didn't know which ones actually looked good. And then I just went with those black ones. For some reason, this bathroom is fancier than the master bath. That typically doesn't usually happen. But it happened anyways. Because the rooms just ended up being really big. So this one actually I think looks a lot fancier. I decided to put a woman above the toilet. God knows why. She's just watching you poop. So yeah. And I think that's about it. I think I put a little carpet down and some stains everywhere. More wall decals. Are they considered decals? I don't know. I don't know if in the game they're considered decals or not, but it's, you know, it's whatever, even if not. I'll call them decals because that's how you put them on. Just a lot of damage. And then I went back and added more because I felt like I had forgotten it in that room, which I'm pretty sure I did forget it in that room. So I just went and added a lot more. And then I went back and added a bunch of stains. I thought it was so ominous and so creepy that I put the stains underneath the beds. It's so like it's it's a little weird. All right, so here we go, the final house tour. Here's the front, and I put a little filter over it, and I thought it was really cute. So I mean, there's not really much to say else. I kind of did, here's all the rooms and stuff, the cinematic view, the little ghost chair. I keep hitting my mic. Oh my god. But yeah. So that's about the extent of this video. I hope you guys like this build. I will try to remember to put it on the gallery. I have not yet, but I will. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you next time. So, bye!